بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ميم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين.
Interpretation of the Holy Quran.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. With the help of Allah, we began a brief commentary of Quran. We reached to chapter Tawbah, 9th chapter of Quran, which is revealed in Medina. It has 129 verses. Please listen to verse 111.
إن الله اشترى من المؤمنين أنفسهم وأموالهم بأن لهم الجنة يقاتلون في سبيل الله فيقتلون ويقتلون وعدا عليه حقا في التوراة والإنجيل والقرآن ومن أوفى بعهده من الله فاستبشروا ببيعكم الذي بايعتم به وذلك هو الفوز العظيم.
Surely Allah has bought of the believers their persons and their property for these, that they shall have the garden they fight in Allah's way. So they slay and are slain, a promise which is binding on him in the Torah and the Injil and the Quran. وَمَنْ أَوْفَى بِعَهْدِهِ مِنَ اللَّهِ فَاسْتَبْشِرُوا بِبَيْعِكُمُ الَّذِي بَايَعْتُمْ بِهِ وَذَلِكَ هُوَ الْفَوْزُ الْعَظِيمُ. And whom is more faithful to his covenant than Allah? Rejoice therefore in the pledge which you have made, and that is a mighty achievement. In previous we talked a little about this verse and we promise to continue. Allah says, surely He has bought from the believers their persons and their money, and as a result He is going to give paradise and garden to them. People will fight in the way of Allah. يقاتلون في سبيل الله فيقتلون ويقتلون. When people are paying with their soul, their persons, as Allah says, وأنفسهم, it means they get ready to fight, and even if it is necessary to give their life, they are ready to give their life. They don't mind, they don't say, when it comes to giving life, I'm not ready to give. When it is dangerous for my body, I'm not going to do anything. Some people are ready to give money, but they are not ready to give their life. Some people are opposite. When it comes to the war, they say, we don't have any kinds of fear. But if you ask them to give money, they are so stingy, they say, money no. Allah says believers, good believers are those who are ready to give both. And those who are ready to give their persons, their soul, themselves, Allah says they fight, but they fight only because of Allah. Fi sabilillah. It means with good intention, and their intention is only God, nothing else. Not to collect money, not to achieve some goods for themselves. يقاتلون في سبيل الله, only they remember Allah and they want to have Allah's please, Allah's happiness, Allah's satisfaction. فَيَقْتُلُونَ وَيُقْتَلُونَ. Sometimes they kill and sometimes they will be killed. In both situations, they achieve a lot. Either they kill because they are enemy of Islam, they attack to the Muslims, and if they will be killed, that is okay. وَعْدًا عَلَيْهِ حَقًّا. Allah said, He is going to give a garden and paradise. Allah says, وَعْدًا عَلَيْهِ حَقًّا. Allah had a covenant with the people. He promised them. Of course, if we obey Allah, if we worship Allah, still we owe Him. Because since we were born, He had given us a lot, and everything we have, it is because of Him. He is the one who gives me life. He is the one who gives me opportunity. He is the one who gives me sustenance. He is the one who gives me power. With His power and ability that He has given to me, I am able to talk, to move, to close my eyes, to see, to hear, to think, to talk. All of them. I have nothing, we have nothing from ourselves. So every second, He gives me a lot. Every second we need Him. Even if 1 second He ignores us and doesn't help us, we will be destroyed. So if we worship Allah, it doesn't mean that He owes us. Even it is not obligated to send us to paradise. Of course, we say it is obligated to God that He will send the believers to paradise because He has promised. And definitely He keeps His promise. Only because of that. And here Allah says, وَمَنْ أَوْفَى بِأَهْدِهِ مِنَ اللَّهِ. Who is more faithful to His covenant. This covenant is the one that Allah said, بَأَنَّ لَهُمُ الْجَنَّةِ. Paradise and gardens will be for such a person. This is a covenant from Allah. Allah has promised. Because Allah has promised, we say is obligated. Otherwise, from the opposite side, to send bad people, oppressors, transgressors, sinners to the fire and hell, we cannot say is obligated to send them to hell. No. Because He did not promise, He was warning them. And for warning, maybe He doesn't punish. For any reason He knows. So for bad people, we cannot say He must send them to hell. But for good people, because He promises, and definitely He is very famous in His covenant and His promises, then we say it's obligated to Him to send the believers and those who obeyed Him to paradise. وَعْدًا عَلَيْهِ. Because of the covenant that Allah had with such a people. Okay, covenant where? For Torah, Allah has promised and had a covenant with the believers. In Torah, Allah has said in Old Testament, in Injil, in New Testament, wal Quran, also in the Holy Book in many verses. وَمَنْ أَوْفَى بِأَهْدِهِ مِنَ اللَّهِ. Who is more faithful to, because of His covenant, more than Allah? فَاسْتَبْشِرُوا. Then Allah says, when you know that Allah is buying very, very expensive. Sometimes you have an item and you go to sell it. You go to an area that there are many people who wants to buy it. You say, I'm going to sell it to the most expensive one. It's very difficult. This customer is difficult. Why? Because all the people try to bring it down and down and down. But sometimes there is one customer and he says, I am the one who buys more than all. In such a time, we are really a big loser if we sell to anybody else. If we don't understand the value of our items, we should understand by this word that the value of our body, our time, our money is only paradise, nothing less than that. It is exactly the same if I know somebody buys this laptop from me $10,000. Of course, if I sell it to other people, I'm a big loser. $10,000, nobody pays such a money. At most is $1,000, $700. It is used, it is secondhand, and a lot of problems. Less than that. But $10,000 without any question, no question will be asked, as is. Only we should sell it to God. God buys as is. And here Allah says, فَاسْتَبْشِرُوا بِبَيْئِكُمُ الَّذِي بَايَعْتُمْ بِهِ وَذَلِكَ هُوَ الْفَوْزُ الْعَظِيمُ. Allah says, rejoice therefore in the pledge which you have made, and that is the mighty achievement. Inshallah, in next episode, I'm going to talk about this verse a little more. Thank you very much for watching. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.